One of the things that we are called to do is to reproduce ourselves. I mean, if a tree is doing what it's supposed to do, it will make other trees. The ultimate fruit of a pastor is not pastoral ministry. The ultimate fruit of a pastor is another pastor.
I met Ken back in about 2007, and it was through Fuller Seminary, so I was a student there.
One of the things that I did for Fuller was a mentoring, program.
And we met right in this office, right here.
There was one particular young man that just stood out. At the end of the mentoring program, he came to me and said, Fuller requires that I do a 6-month internship at a church.
So I decided to come here because I thought Ken was a great pastor. I worked with him for 9 months and really enjoyed that. Did my internship with Mars Hill, and my wife and I afterwards prayed and really felt like God was calling us back here. Actually, at that time, I was also thinking about entering pastoral ministry. I was talking to Ken about it one day, I think it was 2013, and he said, well, would you consider stepping in here? And I was like, no, I had never thought of that, but if that's something that you're considering, then yeah.
And so I said, well, you're going to meet with me on a weekly basis. And during that time was theological, biblical, ecclesiological, and pastoral issues. Then I started giving him experience. I put him in for 4 to 5 months over men's ministry, and then I put him over 45 months over high school ministry, and then I put him over 45 months over children's ministry. I even put him in the nursery for a while. I wanted him to experience leading to some level every aspect of the church's ministry.
He brought me in on different issues going on in the church that were just on more of an executive pastoral level. And then he would say, what would you do? He would allow me just to say what I would do, and he'd say, okay, well, what about this and that? And he would really just walk me through these issues. I really appreciated that a lot.
I didn't want to step into something I shouldn't be stepping or doing something I shouldn't be doing. I first sat down with Dennis and said, okay, this is what I'm thinking about doing. And Dennis went, oh, okay. And to have those outside set of eyes was really important to me. The beauty part of the district is that the pastor doesn't have the objectivity that they do. They really provided that great oversight that wasn't as subjective as I was. They don't hand the baton off until both runners are running together, side by side, for whatever period of distance they have to run in order to create a smooth transition. And that's what I was doing. As
we went on, the philosophy was, he was here and I was here, and the idea was slowly to go like this. And so we did. That was kind of a slow progression the last year of me taking on more responsibility. I feel like we really set the church up for success.
I had a specific sermon series that I did for like 1.5 to 2 years, all preparing them for the transition without them knowing it. And then when the transition is announced, they're going, oh yeah, okay, I can see this.
And people would say to me, afterwards, how thankful they were for the way that we did this transition. The heart behind it was so clearly God, and was so clearly Ken's love for me and for this church. And that really made a huge impact on me. I had lunch with a friend on Monday, actually, and he had made a comment that I've been thinking for a while, and he said, whenever he puts a leader in place, that very moment he wants them to be thinking about the next leader who will take their spot. And so the same thing, when I came in, honestly, in the back of my head's been thinking, who will come and replace me? And whether that's 1 year or 20 years, I think that's how you've got to think. You've got to think about, how can I raise up the next person?